Hey, this is Debbie Sassever, your songwriting instructor from UTA. We're going to just review a couple things. We're going to open up GarageBand. Okay, sorry about how loud that click is. Okay, and it's going to initialize and then open up. We can click Create New Project. Here you can use your name. Let's say Debbie Song 1. And the defaults, it saves it in GarageBand. Here you have the time signature, it defaults to 4/4, and 120 beats per minute, that's the metronome. You can change all this in the project, so you can just leave it in its default setting. It also defaults to the key of C major, which is a good key for working in the piano because it's all the white keys. Okay, I'm going to replace this, and it's going to open up, and here you go. Here's your window. The first thing we're going to do is, let's take a look down here. Okay, you have a couple different options. Time, as you can see, it'll tell you the time up here. Measures, which is the one we're going to use. Chord. Okay. This is your project. The key of C major. You can change it here if you want. We'll just keep it in C major. Okay. The tempo. It gives you a sliding fader. You can move it up or down. Change the tempo up, down. Okay, you can keep it at 120. Alright. The signature, time signature, we'll keep it in 4/4. Okay. And up here you see these are the measures. Shows beats and measures. This is really helpful. It's like here, if I play it, you'll hear the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. You can stop it by either using your space bar or clicking there. You can bring this cursor, the playhead, back to the beginning. And this is each beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. So we briefly talked about song structure and what it usually is. There's an intro, a verse, a chorus, another verse, another chorus. Sometimes there's a bridge. Usually there's a chorus to end it and an outro. Usually the intro is maybe 2 to 4 measures. Usually the first verse is a little longer verse. Usually it's 16 measures. It can be anywhere from 8 to 16. It could be 12. Usually it's 16. Usually the first chorus is 8 measures. The second verse is 8 measures usually. And there's a bridge anywhere from 8 to 16 measures. And usually a double chorus of 16 measures and an outro, an optional outro of about 4 measures if there is one. Adds up to about 3.5 minutes and 60 measures. Of course, you can have variations, but that's just the normal thing. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go to our track. We're going to open up a new track. Okay, it gives us a choice of software track or real instrument, anything that you use with a microphone. There's a built-in microphone on your Mac. So we're going to use a software track. Okay, it's going to pull up. It's going to pull this up. Now you can play this on here, but there's a better way. I'm going to close this down. Let's pull up some loops. Here, this is the loop browser. It's a little I in my thing. In other GarageBand versions, it's something else, but it's all basically the same. These are pre-recorded loops that you can use. Let's pick a drum sound. Here you can see all of your choices. There's a lot of them. They're usually 8 or 16 measures. Let's try this one. You can click on it and hear it. Okay. Okay, we're going to use this one. And I'm going to just click and drag it up. Okay. And it goes to that track. Okay. And there it is. Okay, it says kits. It's highlighted here. If you want to expand it, and I had everybody expand this to 60 measures, that turns into a circular arrow, and you just pull it, it expands. And it keeps going. When you get to the end of this, you just have to move this back. I don't know of a faster way. Maybe there is. Oops. So, and just keep expanding it. Same thing. This way, keep expanding it. You can always shorten it. Okay, pretend it's expanded to 60. About 60 measures. You go back to the beginning. Your cursor goes back to the beginning. That tells you where you are, your playhead. Okay. So you've got that. That's your drum beat. Now let's open up a new track. Let's go here. Apple N, or you could use the drop-down menu. Let's make it a software. Instrument track. Create. Now let's do something fun. Let's go to Window and go to Musical Typing. You don't have to own a keyboard to have access to one. GarageBand provides you with this. You can play it on your computer on a QWERTY keyboard. So this is in the key of C major here. That's the octave there. And you have some other options. Of course, you have the sharp and flat keys as well. You have some other options, sustain, and a couple other things that we'll go into. Now, if you want to record this, it defaults to grand piano, as you can see. Now, you can change the sound if you want. Let's change it to smooth clav. You'll hear what that's like. Okay, anything you want. I'm going to keep it at grand piano. You can always change it later in the mix. You can also play other instruments, obviously, bass, drums, guitars. You can play all of these instruments on this. Oh, drum kits, wait a minute. Hip hop kit. Okay. These are all different sounds. Okay. We're going to keep it on piano keyboards. Just grand piano. We can change it later. We're going to record this track, so we're going to press this record button. Okay. I stopped it. That was very sloppily played, but it'll be good because it'll illustrate something. Okay? Our track is still highlighted. Let's go into this is the track editor. It looks like a pair of scissors. You can press that. I'm going to just get rid of this for a minute. I can pull it up again. Now, you can move this down, and you will see what you played. These are the individual notes. Okay. Now, if I want to neaten this up, I can kind of see that it's not evenly played. I'll show you something. Okay. Now, if you select all of this, okay, I've selected all of them, and go to your align, press quarter note. This will align everything to the nearest quarter note. In the beginning, it doesn't affect the sustain, but it'll align it that way, and you can see that it's been neatened up. If I play it now, it's going to sound a lot. Now I can expand this. Okay, however long I want it. And if I want to elongate this note a little, I want to sustain it a little longer. It's a little tough. Okay, arrow. You can pull it there. It'll sustain a little longer. You can pull it to the bar line. See? So now they're all totally even. I can also put this into, this is the piano roll option. I can put it into musical notation And you can see these are the notes. I can move them if I want. Okay, I'm going to keep them there. And you can do that here as well. You can move these notes up and down. Okay, I'm going to keep them there. This is just a 2-note progression. I left 2 measures for the intro, and then I can have 8 measures of the, well, I kind of expanded it more than that, but I can have 8 measures for the first verse if I want, or longer, or 16 measures. Okay, and there you go. The next thing we're going to do is open up a track for the vocals. Okay, now the vocals are a real instrument because we're going to use the built-in microphone. Of course, you can use a better microphone like a USB microphone. We're going to do that. Here, a new track pops up. It says no effects. We can choose vocals here. Now, you can choose to put effects on it now. However, you're not going to be able to take them off. They will be stuck on there. So I suggest just using no effects, and you can change it in the mix. As you can see, we have signal, see? We have signal from the built-in microphone. Okay, I'm going to end here, and then I will have part 2. Okay.